So all of this speaks to state-owned enterprises and issues of state capture. And Francis, you're going to explore this matter a little bit further.
Yes, Peter, a lot of dirty laundry coming out in Parliament, and it really is no secret that South Africa's state-owned enterprises, SOEs, are facing management and financial difficulties, huge ones. From Eskom, the SABC, SAA, SASA to Prasa, they've all been dominating the news as business malpractice, Gupta links and bailouts all come out into the open. Joining us now in studio to discuss SOEs in general, leadership expert Dr. Mazwe Majola. Thank you for being with us. Doctor, let's start with Lucky Montana, the significance of what he was saying in Parliament today.
Great revelations. I think we had so many things that we really didn't know. It's good that he was candid, he was frank. Of course, yes, at the moment we don't know because it's a blame game. Is someone pointing fingers to another and pointing fingers? It's now anyone really want to save his own skin at the moment. But where it was candid, he was frank, and then I'm sure, yeah, he gave everything.
Are you finding it easy to tell who's lying, who's not, or is it all obscure at this point?
It's very complex at the moment. It's very obscure because I think we are at a time when anyone is just, or everyone is just saving his own skin, and then he's saying whatever that will, exonerate him or her during this. But time will tell, you know. Unfortunately, it's very unfortunate that these are our leaders that are doing these things. And unfortunately, we are looking, and then people are not really learning good things from them.
Is there a clear overall picture emerging? And I would say that there was systematic abuse. It seems like again and again, SOE leaders were told, if you look after Gupta businesses, you in turn will be looked after. Could we say at least that's the dominating theme that's coming through over and over again from across the SOEs?
You see, leadership it's very complex because people who are reporting to certain people, who are following certain people, they look up to those people. So it's predicated upon modeling, exemplary. So a senior leader or someone who's on top there doing certain things, and then it cascades down, unless, of course, yes, because not all leaders will do that. Unless we have people who have good morals, character, and who are principled. People will be able to say, or leaders will be able to say that, unfortunately, I can't. This is what Montana said today. He says he told them that there are certain things that we won't do when he was pressed to do. He says he told them that he would rather resign if he was going to be pushed to take certain decisions.
Which, if he's telling the truth, was a hard thing to do because, like you say, you've got pressure from the top. And also, I was thinking about it, you also have massive lobbying for that train deal. I mean, a few companies were announced, Bombardier, General Electric, the Chinese rail agency. But they must have all been pushing government, saying, we need to get this. And that is actually legal. So it is difficult.
So he was faced with what we call in leadership the weight of leadership when it was upon or suppressed upon himself, as we are saying, that all these pressures from internal, from external, from different stakeholders, from people who are above him, and then he needed someone who was principled, would be able to say, no, I can't do this. I'm a leader. I know what is right. I know what is legal. I know what I'm here for, but there is something that I cannot do. So, I mean, if he's correct, that was a good call that he made.
And looking at it, do you look at it and say some people followed their conscience?
Yes.
Some people didn't, and that's what's coming out right now.
That is a key in leadership, which is unfortunately nowadays is very rare. But we still do find leaders who follow their conscience because we live in a society that is so much intoxicated with greed and avarice. You know, the problem with greed is like drinking salt water. You know, when you drink salt water, you want more. You drink it, you want more. You get more thirst, you want more until it kills you. So that's what greed does, you know. So we've got leaders who are so greedy and who don't have principles anymore. And that is what it comes to a point where they are caught. Because now they want this, they get it, they want more until they are caught, and unfortunately they have to face the music.
And they say the most wonderful situation is when the crooks start telling on each other. Do you think that's basically what's going to happen now? And the truth, all the truth will come out?
All the truth is one day will come out, you know, and then it's when people say it was not me, it was him, it was not me, it was him, because people, they can see now that things are turning.
Yeah. All right, are things turning? Let's look at the new leadership, because today Eskom released results, and the financials are bad. Eskom is in a very difficult position, but our earlier analyst was talking about some refreshing news from the leaders there, even thanking the media for exposing things which we've never seen in Eskom before.
Things are turning, you know, as I said, that it starts from top. With the coming of president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, and people all of a sudden they can see now that Cyril means business. He comes across as a very principled person, comes across as a leader with character and integrity, as a courageous person who's not scared to take serious and unpopular decision. When that happens, it now filters through to other areas. He appoints Mabuza. Jabu Mabuza to head the what you call the Eskom. He comes there and then he sweeps, and all the executive directors go. We don't want to. So as that happens, you can see that other people, they can see now that things are happening here. We must change. You know, it's very, very unfortunate that what happens in our SOEs. Our SOEs are the most important, are the mainstay of our economic growth in our country, you know, because if they are well run and well managed, our country,
the whole economic growth story will change.
Absolutely, it soars up, and it's very unfortunate, because there was a time when a company like Eskom, which was very, very well managed, during the times of royal causers of this world, it was a company. I think the CEO then was Tulani Kabashi, if I'm not mistaken, yes. It was a company that was well respected, you know, everyone wanted to work for that company. But unfortunately, as I'm saying, during that time, it was the time of Madiba, it was the time of Mbeki, and when Jacob Zuma took over, and then I don't know what happened.
So two important questions. Firstly, can things turn around quickly? Because Eskom, one of the claims has been that massive skills have been lost. A brain drain from many of the SOEs, SABC, SARS, claims that good people have left because of bad leadership.
That's right.
In that situation, can you put a few key people in at the top and suddenly turn things around, or is it going to be a long, hard process?
Leadership is about inspiration. It's the ability to build trust and to inspire confidence. When the new board takes over, and they takes over with the acting CEO and the chairperson, and people, they see that these people mean business, and then people will come back. And there's so many other skilled people who say want to go back.
Are you seeing people of integrity rising up? Quick comment on the other boards. We've had some movement. The SABC even announcing a COO today.
SABC, that's a very important example. SABC took over, and then they introduced marvelous what you call changes. And you can see absolutely there is a new chief operations officer, which is again a very, very good what you call experienced, good person who's going to come and change things at SABC.
Finally, we're running out of time, but you say that a lot of this, you know, the fish rots from the head, or however the saying goes, and you're saying there's been a change with the ANC presidential move, but surely everything now depends on President Jacob Zuma, the tenure, and what happens with the ANC dealing with him.
Cyril Ramaphosa is a very astute and sensible leader, very experienced leader. Now, what he's doing at the moment, he's weighing up alternatives and options. Because remember that decision making, it's when a leader look at different options and different alternatives and choose one. It's a leader who's not pressurized by other people or by media, but someone who would say we must take a very, what you call, calculated decision. So I think Cyril Ramaphosa will make well, with obviously the support of other top six, he will make a good decision in that regard.
All right, so we often get bogged down with all the details. Nice to look at this in a leadership perspective. Thank you very much. And that was leadership expert Dr. Mazwe Majola. And let's say